Welcome back, everyone, to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. This time we are going to have a 4v4 sent in by Sakismondeo. If I can find him, there he is, of course, the USF. His friends are going to be It's me, Mario, playing also as the USF. Not as the Japanese, because they don't exist. Then we have Mince Renanchu. Which is like names are very hard to choose. And then Zichang, both Soviets. And then we have, oh no, Brumbear 1941, playing as the Wehrmacht, Kung Führer. I don't know why that's so funny. Oh my god, Kung Führer, what a genius. Holy fucking shit. I never thought of this before. I like this quite a bit. He's the OKW. His friends are gonna be California Tustin as the Wehrmacht and China Star as OKW, so lots of Chinese people. Anyway, as you can see, It's me, Mario is already moving into the right side. So it's actually kind of interesting because we have a 2-2 split for the Allies, right? So we have 2 Soviets going on down the left and 2 Americans going down the right. So there's going to be no intermixing between these guys, and that might lead to some problems for the Allies. Instead, the Germans have a little bit more of a combination on the left and a little bit more of a combination on the right, with 1 OKW and 1 Wehrmacht. So that will lead to more versatility, I would say. But who knows? So as you can see, the Allies on the left-hand side are already pushing up very aggressively. And, you know, we have the China squad over here, playing as the Soviets and trying to get some advantages over these Nazis. Abandoning these sandbags might not be the best idea. Of course, he's trying to flank around this house, but he's in the negative cover, so he's going to take quite a bit of fire in the way. We have a cube wagon coming in, and Sakismondeo's moving into the center with his rear echelon troops. That's an okay choice. He's also trying to help out his ally on the extreme right with his mortar. Oh no, that's actually a mortar from It's me, Mario, who is able to use the mortar to prevent these Volksgrenadiers, as you can see, from getting into the heavy cover over here in the trenches. So that was very well done, and now the riflemen are winning this engagement. Also, another mistake that the Germans are making was focus firing the rear echelon troops rather than the riflemen. So as you can see, the riflemen just able to really utilize the long-range advantage over the Sturm Pioneers and the mid-range advantage over the Volksgrenadiers to good effect, and now they've been able to secure the right side of the map. In the center, it seems like California Tustin is bringing up a couple of machine guns, so this might be enough to deal with the American troops here. On the left, though, we have some more problems for the Allies, as it seems like the cube wagon pushes up a little bit too far, but the rest of the whole area is falling under German influence, with machine guns and grenadiers kind of pushing up all over. And the OKW's possession of this house has been of good, good use to the OKW, just to let Kung Führer keep these allies at bay. But now he's gonna have to escape because there's mortars firing on his guys. So yeah, poor Kung Führer is gonna be driven back with vengeance. Oh boy, Pioneers doing their thing. Not really quite sure what he's razor wiring at. Also, wait a second. They changed this map. They changed. There used to be trees over here, right? Yeah, there used to be trees over here. Oh, okay. I did not realize that that was the case. Wonder if there's more changes. Anyway, we have Mince Renanchu. He's just placed down a mine. I'll just call him Mince, which just means name, so I guess that's appropriate. So Mince is pushing up his conscripts. He does not have Molotovs, though, so I'm not sure why he's not just retreating in the face of the MG42. The Germans, well, they're starting to tech up as well, so that's pretty good. Oh, that's a lot of Volksgrenadiers. Also, I can refer, as you can see, yeah, the Germans are starting to tech. We have China Star with the Scavenge Doctrine, so he might want to go for the Tier 4 to get that Ostwind on the field and use it against the Americans. He might also want to get out some Jaeger light infantry. And oh no, 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 no. Get out of the fire. You're not a burger. You don't need to be cooked. And he's also going for mechanized regiments, so he might want to get himself a Lux or Puma, actually. Then we have California Tustin going for tier 2 and getting out some mortars off his tier 1, so that's just fine. Kung Führer has the battle group, and he's getting out MG34s, although if I were him, I might have tried to go for a flak half-track because he seems to be in trouble. Nice steal of the MG42. Of course, he's Chinese, so he's good at stealing. Haha, so funny. That's racist. And right about now, Brumbear 1941 is going for a half-track and some Panzer Grenadiers. Right now, he's in big shit because he doesn't have really a lot of units on the field. He's trying to get a fuel cache. And unfortunately, Minsuchen Nanshu will be heading out. So he's been replaced by AI, and, well, that, needless to say, gives a bit of an advantage to the Germans on the left. Here comes a scout car for California Tustin on the right. So the Allies, in terms of their attacking... Oh, nice flank, by the way. Oh, you should have probably tried to get some fire on these guys while you had the chance, but nope. Now the riflemen are in the rear. They're just absolutely murderifying everything with their M1 Garands, and they're focus firing the MG, which is a very good decision. So there goes the MG, and the Volksgrenadiers are now without the cover of the suppression platform, so can easily just steal the MG and, you know, push these Germans all the way back to Berlin, where they came from. In the meantime, oh, California Tustin also drops. So this is going to be a bit of an AI slugfest. We have China Star moving up, and unfortunately for Sigismundeo's fighting position, these are Volksgrenadiers, so just, you know, gets the incendiary grenade. They're forced to escape, and no machine gun over here means that the folks can just easily ignore it. Light tank on the field, so he went for the Lux after all. And yeah, in terms of the ally teching, we do have a lieutenant for It's a me, Mario, and he's trying to get his AA half-track. Very well done, pushing away these guys, but he needs to be a little bit careful, a little more careful of this Kenwerfer and the Lux, of course. These two can pretty easily destroy the AA. Sakis is going for, or Sakis, I have no idea. I mean, he's Greek, so it's probably Sigismundeo. I don't know, whatever. This is probably pretty racist. He's also going for lieutenant, so lieutenant into probably major. And he's got the options of rifle company, airborne company, and tactical support. His buddy has airborne armor infantry. So lots of options available, both heavy armor with, you know, the EZ8s and the bulldozer, and then the artillery with the tactical support, which was just picked with the Calliope and the priests. That's pretty good. Then we have, you know, this is AI, so it doesn't matter anymore, but he is Soviet Combined Arms. Then we have what? Let's see if I can remember the name of this doctrine without looking at. Oh, wiped. Let's see if I can remember the name without looking at the thing. That's also Combined Arms, right? That's Guards Combined Arms. Guards Rifle Combined Arms, yes. And it's actually got the KV-1 after, you know, they reworked the Soviet doctrines. And Papashas and Guards Riflemen. Of course, he's also got ML-20 Howitzer, so that's not a bad thing at all. German push on the right, actually, with Panzer II and 222 Scout Car blazing away with autocannons, trying to get some good, you know, pushing on the right. It's kind of successful. Pack plus Grenadier is going to cap up that right side, although the center is still American held. Meantime, the AI, as you can see, is pushing up and getting kind of crushed. On the left, it is the Axis on the offensive, although, oh, nice, you know, pushing up with the AA half-track to support his allies. So It's a me, Mario is able to get some good support there. Of course, he might want to try to get into the half-track and destroy it. That might not be bad. That might not be bad. Teller mines, really now. Lots of upgrades actually on these American units, so that's pretty good. You can, you know, try to deal with the Lukes and get some firepower advantage over the STG-44s with the BARs, but it's still a little bit difficult for the Americans denting into this right side horde that the Axis have decided to assemble. And here comes the AA, but the AA is making a mistake. It needs to be, you know, yeah, backwards facing on the 222. If it does that, then the 37mm autocannon will easily beat the 20mm on the 222. And as you can see, the 222 is now dead. So that was expected. Even against the Lukes, the 37mm of the AA half-track can put up a good showing and get some damage done. So yeah, once again, an important tool for the Allied domination of the right. Although the Allied domination of the right doesn't really exist anymore, because as you can see, we do have a massive, Wehrmacht push coming through. Actually, the AI picked mobile defense, which is kind of interesting. Oh AI, what are you doing? So the AI will probably just spam Pumas at like 40 minutes into the game, which is kind of sad. Left side still, yeah, still Soviet. Oh no, big counter push from the Americans. So It's-a-me Mario will now try to get, get some damage off on the AI, the best target ever. And yeah, there goes the half-track from bazookas, dead. And he's also gonna wipe out a few infantry squads. Also, there's a pack over there. They need to try to kill the pack so that they can steal it. That would be pretty good. And yeah, let's just speed it up because not much is going on. We have a couple of mortars from the Allies trying to soften up the Germans on the right, on the extreme right, to make this whole area ready for push. And that was an unfortunate timing to set up the Schwer Panzer headquarters, as China Star is gonna find out with this horde of riflemen destroying it. Now he's gonna try to save the whole area with the stolen machine gun, but here comes some smoke from, what? No, that's not smoke. What the hell is that? That's a recon plane. No, it's not a recon plane. What the hell? Oh, yeah, it is a recon plane. Okay. So recon plane from the AI. Interesting. But smoke does come in from the lieutenant, and also, yeah, nice usage of the attack round with the bazookas, destroying the Lukes through the smoke, and now pushing up with the AA half-track without, any hindrance or interference, and he's able to just really push back these Nazis. So that's well done, although, ooh, he has to run away. No, there goes the half-track. Sherman on the field for Sex, and so he's now in a prime position to just push in. Very good terrain for the Sherman on the right side of, hey, I did not say that this is a Lanzerath. No, not Lanz. Yes, okay, right. Lanzerath ambush. Got a bit of a lapsus. Oh, hello. I am a Puma. I've just come out of the forest. And the Sherman is, of course, loading HE rounds, so it needs to be a little bit careful. Takes a bit of fire. But I was going to say, this is pretty good terrain for the Sherman because there isn't really much that the Grenadiers or, Volksgrenadiers can do to avoid the Sherman if they get spotted like in these tight corridors. And with the tight corridors, the HE rounds are especially effective, dealing massive damage to bunched up enemy units. So it's just a very good choice as a whole. Also in terms of the timing, the Germans right now don't really have that much in terms of heavy armor or AT. We do have a couple of Raketens and a AI AT gun, although the AI AT gun seems to have been, well, not stolen because the Americans don't have it, but it died somewhere. And yeah, so not that much AT and also no armor. So great for the Sherman. Soviets on the left, still getting burned by flame half-tracks. Actually, this is a second flame half-track. Looks like the first one blew up at some point. Interesting that he went for a second one. Brumbeer 1941 is actually, yeah, he's got a heavy Panzer Corps, and he's also got assault. Is that assault support? Yes, that is assault support. So that means Tiger. Interesting choices. Oh, what a blitz from the half-track. Gets around the AT gun and is gonna just burn the crew to death. See? Maybe. Oh, he's gonna get AT grenaded. Ah, that's the end of him. Getting a lot of damage, but ultimately succumbing. So despite the good things that the Germans are doing, they're still very much on the back foot as a whole. As you can see, the Allies are at 455 VPs, the Nazis are at 292. So not the best. Not the best. And, you know, it's going to get worse as the Allies get more of a resource advantage. As you can see, the Allies have 55 fuel income and 57 munitions, whereas the Germans are at 42... Oh, actually, yeah, 42-35, because this guy has Opel Blitzes, it's different. Oh. That's because they have more points and more caches, so it's gonna get worse and worse and worse for the Axis. If they can use their mid-game advantage right now, the Allies are gonna be shooting off straight into victory. And of course, these Shermans are going to be crucial for that, and also the KV-1s are not going to be bad. KV-1's pretty decent against enemy infantry, pretty much the same firepower as the T-34. Oh, he's trying to crush all these. Oh, that was very unfortunate. I think he's going to die to the Riken Rivers. Yep, just at the last possible moment, he was trying to smoke himself to safety, but at the last second, the Riken River managed to get the round in, so that was well done. Panthers on the field for Brumbear 1941. Of course, he was the one who kind of power-teched to tier 4 and got the Opel Blitzes for the extra fuel, so now he's got the Panther trying to deal with the KV-1. Not a bad decision, of course, but, you know, needs to be afraid of this anti-tank gun, needs to be careful not to use his Panther in worthless kind of advances like this, needs to support it with his infantry. He needs to use it thoughtfully, essentially when he's pushing up to get the VP or an important objective, not just to push up, you know, just for a generic, hey, I want to shoot some things or something. Jackson, in the meantime, is on the field for It's-a Me, Mario. And now, half-track assault group, is that? No, that's actually, no, that's just an M5. Interesting deployment from Sakis-Mondeo. I guess he wants the reinforcement on the field. I don't know. I guess he wants the reinforcements. I hear some artillery. What's happening over here? Oh, big German push. Following up this artillery strike from Kungfuhrer, who actually has 2 LEFHs. One of them is going up right about now. So he's, of course, Fortifications Doctrine, and he's also even got a 20mm. Oh boy, more artillery. Who's... okay, it's a 105mm howitzer barrage from China Star. And actually, the M16 was upgraded, but it did succumb. Panzerschrecks. Is he gonna die? No, Lieutenant survives. Survives the barrage. Here comes a major recon. So that's gonna spot the, you know, German artillery. That's dangerously close to each other. Although the Allies don't really have any artillery of their own, or at least long-range artillery. You know, they do have some mortars. And other than that, though, they're very much outranged and outgunned by the Germans. So this could be a good card that the Germans can play to turn this game around to their advantage. Using the artillery and dealing with enemy defensive positions, getting superiority over the central area of the map. Oh, Stug. Oh, that's the AI. Hilarious, though, because the Stug is doing pretty well against the Jackson. No, fire on him. You're going to kill him. No, the AI. Stug was destroyed. Well done to the Pak 40 crew, saving the Jackson. Also, well, the stupidity of the AI did kind of save the Jackson. Anyway, two KV-1s. Yes, Tavarish. Anyway, left-hand side, pretty interesting. 2 KV-1s against the Panther is an interesting matchup. I'm not sure, because it's kind of like, you know, 2 10-year-old girls and a 15-year-old girl fighting with cushions. You know, pillow fight. Because these guys don't really hurt each other all that much. Like, they've got a lot of armor. You know, both of them have a lot of armor, and none of them really... Well, I mean, the Panther can penetrate the KV-1s better than the KV-1 penetrate the Panthers, but at the same time, you know, there's 2 KV-1s, so it's kind of an interesting fight. Of course, when a second Panther or a Tiger hits the field, that's going to be much different. There's also a Panzerwerfer around here for this guy, for Brumbear. Looks like he Panzerwerfered a Pinot squad. And destroyed it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
It's a Mario went for the airborne doctrine, so I guess he wants to use his excess munitions. Sorry, on B-47s. Not a terrible decision. Of course, he is against the OKW, which means that these guys can activate their Schwerpanzer headquarters, anti-aircraft mode, and ruin his day. Oh, Calliope. Calliope on the first Versakis, and it's gonna instantly just get randomly shelled by the LEFH artillery as he was moving up to get some rockets down on the Axis. Do the Allies know what is around here for the Axis? Well, not really. I haven't had that much reconnaissance fly over it, it seems. And so they don't really know that there's a battle group over here that they can destroy. Here comes, however, the Calliope barrage on the Schwerpanzer headquarters. Not a bad decision, because that's going to soften up the HP of this thing quite a bit. And also the Jacksons were moving in to get some damage off on it. So he's very close to dying, and he's moving through the Howitzer barrage. So Howitzer barrage going to save temporarily the Schwerpanzer headquarters. Once again, positioned in a very aggressive location by China Star. So the guy, not really having the best of days. Damn. That's the strength of the STG-44s. Glorious AI stealing machine guns. Oh boy. More artillery falling down on the Allied positions. You know, what has China Star been doing with his fuel? He's got 220 volt, well, okay, a lot of it went down on these Schwerpanzers. He's also, though, got a battle group, so that means that he's probably going for the KT. Which is, in my opinion, a bad decision on his part, because there's a lot of Jackson firepower that can come through from these Americans. Big artillery barrage, though, from fortifications doctrine, right? Yes, this is zeroing artillery. So, of course, lots of damage falling down on the riflemen. Here comes, however, a P-47 rocket strafe to deal with this Panzer IV. Not the worst, although he's going to miss a lot. And the Panzer IV, of course, dies to the Jackson, which is, again, the reason why I don't think that this KT would be necessarily the best decision, because damn, this artillery from the Germans is just following the Allies. Look at this. This is... I'm pretty sure it's partially because one of these guys is on counter-battery fire. No, he's just well microing on current targets. Well done. So King Führer's artillery, Kung Führer, is also moving down with his KT. So we'll see how effective this is, and use it as a reference meter for how effective the other guy's KT is going to be. You know, China Stars, as you can see, oh, that was an unfortunate timing as well, just eats the last rockets from the P-47s. Also gets anti-tank grenaded from the riflemen. He's eating HVAP ammunition from the front from these Jacksons. So Itami Mario is now going to move up with the Jacksons and probably just finish off this guy at close range. You know, at close range, Jacksons just pretty much penetrate all the time, and that was an easy kill on the KT. So Kung Führer, you know, well done on the artillery. Not necessarily so well done on the armor front. So that's exactly what I was talking about with the KTs. What just died here? Oh well. Yet another Calliope barrage on some snow. This is definitely a misuse of United States government property and taxpayer money, but oh boy, kamikaze plane on the Verkenwerfers. Yeah, you know, except for the wastes of taxpayer money that Segismundeo is doing with the badly placed Calliope barrages. Although, what? What happened to the first Calliope? You know, the one that actually... I'm pretty sure... Oh, okay, maybe actually it is this one. Because he first hit the Schwerpanzer quarters, didn't get any kills, but it did do some damage. So that's why he has that veterancy. Still though, not the best position to be in if you are the Axis. Despite the problems that the Allies are having with artillery. Left-hand side looks like the KV-1s mostly survived, although, well, one of them did die, and the other one is about to die from the not Schwerpanzers. These Panzerschrecks. Aw, but they ran away. Nice swipe. So on the left side, Ziqiang is able to kind of keep control, but here comes the Panther. So yeah, KV-1 loses the Mandate of Heaven and dies to the Panther. But at the same time, it's not like the Panther can do that much. Although, what is this 152 millimeter howitzer doing here? You should probably try to kill the Panther. You know, he's damaged engine. Like he's gonna take extra, damage because he's slow. He can get actually hit. It's kind of just a mess over the center. We have just armor from everyone running around and airstrikes from everyone being called in. But the right side is relatively firmly in Allied hands, whereas the left-hand side, it seemed like it should have been in Allied hands, but, you know, it's going back to the Axis. It's going back to the Axis. More Calliopes, of course, falling down on this. It's probably going to destroy this house at one point. So Kung Fuhrer is going to have to find some other place to put his machine gun. What a man, Kung Fuhrer. When's the Tiger gonna come out? I have no idea. There is a second Panther on the field for Brumbear. So, taking a look at the overall situation, let's just pause so that we have a little bit more of a, a little bit hectic of a time. Lots of Opel Blitzes for Brumbear, so it gets a little bit of extra income. Still not enough to reach what the Allies are doing. And what the fuck? Sorry for the burp. How is it possible that this guy... Oh, because he's the AI and he's cheating. Okay. Okay. Actually, so he's pretty close to the income of the various Allied players. Facing off against them, Ziqiang does not really have that much armor, so he's in a much weaker position, but he does have the howitzer to try to barrage this battle group headquarters and try to deal with the German artillery. Kung Fuhrer, mostly strong due to his artillery, although his armor, he's saving up for a second KT. Let's hope that he uses it better than the first time. Of course, the other guy is the AI, so not that important. It's Mario has 2 Jacksons, a Sherman, and a couple of riflemen. So actually, he's been losing a lot of riflemen, it seems. His infantry could do with a little bit of a renovation, new units, all that. He's facing off against China Star in the center, and China Star has a superiority in terms of infantry, although he doesn't have really that much of his own. He's able to use his Raketenwerfers to push up, and he's also going for a, wow, interesting choice, a Jagdpanzer 4. I would not have gone for that, but oh well. And then California Tustin is the AI, so that's kind of derp. And Segismundeo, lots of mortars, few riflemen, so that's pretty good. And 3 Calliopes, so going heavy on the Calliopes. Lost the Sherman, and he's not going for any armor of his own. So it looks like he's gonna try to, fill the gap in terms of how little artillery the Allies are sporting right about now. Oh wow, both Raketenwerfers being wiped out by a strafing run. That's well done. So the Allies can now steal those for the good of freedom and destruction of Nazism. More Calliope barrages falling down in the center. So that's going to be a very effective tool. Eventually throw enough rockets at the Schwer and it's going to die. Panthers roaming around the left-hand side being just overall marauders. Although... I think the end is about to come for them. They have pushed up way too far without infantry support. They are getting hunted down by anti-tank guns and Su-85s, and now they need to move in the Jacksons, which were moved to the left side for just this reason, although they're letting the Panthers just charge at the Su-85. Now finally moving in So the Panthers are definitely gonna die. The question is, how much damage are they gonna do in the meantime? Doesn't look like that much, as the conscripts are gonna, you know, heroically interfere and get some anti-tank grenades on the Panthers. I think that the Su-85 can just retreat safely and let the everything else do the job of destroying the Panther. But no, he does go down to the last ditch shot by the Panthers at maximum range. In the meantime, the Jacksons are cleaning up the other Panther, and you know, Panther number 1 is also gonna die in a short while. So Brumbear 1941 has lost essentially most of his stuff just to deal with a couple of units, and looks like also a Calliope went down for Secus Mondeo. So that was you know, pushing up a little bit too far ahead and got Jagdpanzered, though it does look like they were able to destroy the Schwer Panzer quarters. Now opening up the center to Allied moves, and wait, this guy is still alive. What a gorilla. So Gorilla Panther, gonna die eventually. And now the Allies can push up on the left without really much of a fear of, you know, crazy Panthers derping around. And although there's another Panther coming through from Brumbear 1941, which is in my opinion a mistake, because it seems like he has forgotten what doctrine he has picked. He's got the Tiger, he can get the Tiger, and with the Tiger he can deal with the infantry as well as the armor. I don't know, man. I don't know. Really? Are you gonna try to... Oh, that's the AI. Okay, never mind. Big airstrikes. So it looks like Brumbear is gonna be forced to escape left-hand side. Brumbear and China Star at this point are the only two people really contributing to the front line. Kung Fuhrer does still have his artillery guns, though. They're still alive and kicking, and they're providing good support for the Axis ground forces. You know, the boots on the ground, and well, they're gonna need to continue doing that. Although, oh, there it goes, the Jagdpanzer. That was why I wasn't, you know, too I wasn't too entertained by the purchase of the Jackson. I didn't think that was too great, or not the Jackson, sorry, the Jagdpanzer. Wutai Bang. Oh, what are you doing? No, it's a me, Mario. That's not how Jacksons work. No, don't do that. That is not a good idea. Yes. What is this Panther doing? Feels like a lot of these players are starting to derp. There goes finally that AI Brumbear. Finally dead. Saki's also going for the Jackson, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Like it. Like what he's doing, and now he can also recapture the right. And with the Germans down to 174 VPs and the Allies at 300, if the Allies can get a triple cap again, or even a double cap, you know, they're gonna do fine. They're gonna do just fine. I do like this combination of Sherman and Jacksons, though. Oh no, airstrike, or artillery from China Star. Trying to get some artillery fire in there, but you know, easily avoided. Oh. Does hit the Jackson once. Fine. Panzerwerfer is still around. I mean, this Panzerwerfer has not been doing that much. 13 kills over the course of, you know, 15 minutes or so that's been alive. And here comes Kung Fuhrer's second king. Will he have better luck than the first one? Come on, Kung Fuhrer. You can do this. Oh wow, that was an interesting not carpet fragmentation bombing. It's been too long since I've entered Company Fears 2 to get these things right. Big Calliope barrage. Oh no, it's on empty ground. And yeah, I mean, the AI is doing what the AIs will, but you know, other than that, it seems like the Allies have a relatively decent grip on the right side, on the extreme right side. Oh boy. Oh boy. Raketenwerfers. No. Run away. Raketenwerfers. No. He's going to lose the Calliope. No. Oh well. Also, the Raketenwerfers are going to die. So I guess that's fine. Anyway, left-hand side, it seems like the Axis are having a bit of a better luck pushing up, although the Panther is relatively unemployed right about now. Doesn't really have anything to shoot at. And the Tiger would be a little bit better right now. Kung Fuhr's other Tiger is just... What is he doing? What a man. What a god. Look at this guy. He's just not caring. He's standing in the road, firing at Shermans, getting hit by Jacksons. And the Sherman will make it harder for the Jacksons. What? And also the Sherman goes down. What a god. Only this King Tiger from this man can stand on the road and just not care about Jacksons. Anyway, Germans are making sort of their last-ditch effort. Oh, that's a nice push. Can Itzami Mario's Jacksons get behind this guy? Although he's... No, HVAP. HVAP. No, HVAP. Well, he's not bouncing, so that's good. And luckily, the King Tiger does not shoot at this Jackson twice. So that's, I guess, okay. Here comes the Panther. Panther. Oh boy. Big artillery coming in. Damn. Big artillery kills a T-gun. Wow. Who could have thunk it? And yeah, despite this... Oh, finally China Star went for the King Tiger. Tai Halda. So now he's able to get his, you know, dominance on the right side. But will he? I mean, we have already seen the fate of King Tigers right about now. So the Germans, as I was about to say, kind of have their sort of last-ditch effort assembled, all right? So we have Brumbear's Panther. He's still got some resources to get something else if he wants to. Kung Fuhr's KT. Then we have China Star's KT. And then, I mean, there's the AI kind of derping around, although the AI also has a Panther. So the Germans are now probably at the strongest they've been in a while. They're still weaker than the Allies overall, but they can try to do some things. Of course, the question is, will they use these things correctly? Well, of course, the AI, we know the answer for the AI. But can they concentrate them into one place at the one time? Can they hold the territory that they acquire? My answer is no, of course. But that's fun. My answer is no, of course, but we'll see how well they can do. We'll see how well they can do. Still not quite sure why China Star went for an Ostwind so late. Man, look at this guy. Still got quite a few kills on these howitzers. Again, it seems like the right side is still German if the King Tiger moves up. Middle is actually, yeah, the Germans have superiority right about now here. They have local superiority. The question is, can they keep it in both the center and the right? So the right has the problems that the Germans don't really have infantry here, and the King Tiger's not moving to kill these riflemen. Just pissing me off very greatly. And, you know, that's not that great because that's allowed the Allies to cap this right side, and every point the Germans lose is gonna hurt with only 97 left. Here comes a grenade assault. Yep, that will be the death of these guys. Left-hand side, it seems like we have the KV-1 Su-85 combination plus a lot of infantry just easily holding this sector for, you know, the glory of the motherland. And in the meantime, in the middle, we finally have Kung Fuhr's KT coming back over. So Kung Fu Tiger is gonna come in, and he's gonna try to do some things. Once again, being a total boss and not caring about Jacksons, although perhaps he should care. because he's dying.
Quiet. Transmission in. Fuchs Grenadier are on the line. Standing by. Hit! City level reached!
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. I'm not sure why, but for some fucking reason, the AI, whenever they can get Pumas, they don't get them in the early to mid game. They always get them in the late game. It's actually hilarious what they do. It's almost like they've been programmed on purpose to get the Pumas only in the latest of the late game, which is kind of a derp. Kind of a derp, actually. Boom, he's dead. Yeah, the enemy is inflicting losses. Oh no, what shall we do? Oh no, oh nein, oh nein. Oh nein, nein, nein. Sein Vaterland muss größer sein. Dead. Germans still hold the right side, but they don't hold anything else. And, well, they're starting to lose some of their better units. And, you know, having them be forced back to repair every 2 seconds. Here comes a Sherman push from the flank. That's, that was a wasted opportunity. They could have gone after the KT with the armor piercing. Instead, they're trying to derp around with some infantry. And not having the best of successes at that, interestingly enough. You know, the big armor swarm from Itami Mario is not having the most effect, which is kind of surprising. I think it's partially because he's separating his Jacksons from his Shermans. Although we have, I think, a big push coming in from Zi Chang. And he's now coming in with the KB1s. Here comes the Kung Führer's Königstiger. In the meantime, the other Königstiger from China Star has put himself in a very bad position. And here comes the Jackson trying to exploit this, but now he's gonna escape. And probably that's a good decision. In the meantime, this push from the Soviets is trying to encircle what is left of the Germans in the center. They're, however, getting pushed back by these Panthers and the Königstiger over here. There goes the Su-85. Where are the Jacksons? Now they're coming in, but they're taking fire, of course, from, you know, the Panthers. One of the KB-1s is going down. In the meantime, we have the P-47s trying to destroy these Panthers. First Panther is going to easily be destroyed by the concentrated firepower of these guys. And, you know, it seems like the Nazi armor is having some problems, but the Allied armor is also suffering heavy losses in this fight. In the meantime, nice flank happened with the Vet-Free Jackson getting around the KT and destroying it. In the meantime, there's also trying to destroy the, you know, Jagdpanzer IV, but smartly decides to escape using the cover of the smoke of the of the King Tiger because of too much. Wait, what? What? What exactly happened here? Did they all just crash? Playback over at 60 VPs. Well, that was confusing. See, I still think that the Allies would have won because of, you know, the whole, like, you know, the King Tiger couldn't do anything. Jagdpanzers were a bad idea. There was much more Allied infantry. There's less Axis VPs. That other King Tiger died. You know, they have less resource income. So, you know, all the factors are pointing towards an Allied victory. But, I guess, yeah, I have no idea. That's confusing. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Might have something to do with the sync error, but to be completely honest, like, the last hotfix did not really change things that do this shit. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you, sir, for Sakis Mondeo. To Sakis Mondeo for sending in the replay, and have a good day.